Okay, I was reading the other day, I think it was on BA.gov or something else. It was referencing that it's about to be 10,000 veterans that were going to be homeless. How is that possible when in 2010 I showed them several different ways for veterans to be able to get the money to take care of themselves so they would not go homeless, whether through job creations or the disability rate, or even if they don't have a disability rating and they're still going to the Veterans Hospital to get medical treatment, how to possibly pay them for the studies that those people are doing for their practices, so that way they can actually have some money to take care of themselves instead of just gas money. So that way they can make it there and at least try to take care of their health the best way they possibly can without being bothered by anybody else or stressing and worrying and having to be frustrated because they can't make their appointments, and then they go, oh, there were no show. No, it's because they didn't have the money in the first place. Somebody was a genius to want to make 10,000 homeless people, or is that just the bad effects of 9/11? And if so, then somebody else, when that happened, guess what? No one bothered to pick up the pieces at all. So whatever filling the gap that I had to do, I guess I had to act like epoxy and start trying to fill in the spaces like I did with my truck when it got dinged. Yeah, I guess that's what I'll do to try and make sure that they don't go homeless, I don't go homeless, and that they can take care of themselves. I'm also one of those veterans that if they're trying to cause hell and damnation to, I'm probably sure pretty much one of those that's on that list, especially knowing that I was getting the runaround. There is a bigger issue that the healthcare providers for the VA hospital either don't care or don't have the knowledge to know enough that they are supposed to make sure that those veterans get their pay. And it's just as simple as keeping a list like employees and making sure that they get paid. They're technically their employees, but they're not. They're their patients. That's how they do their disability rating. Now, whether they come up with their own finance companies to make sure that they can get paid, which is just basically keeping a list of people to make sure they get paid like workers, but they're not workers. But then it wouldn't be too hard to say, okay, well, they'll become VA work study students and appoint them at here, there, so that way they know they're working, keep them active so they don't get depressed, things like that. Like they say, knowledge is power. Well, being that I'm sitting so low and I've been able to observe a whole lot of stuff, that power and that knowledge needs to be shared, because there are things that people don't know. I mean, just like I'm not trying to speak bad about the president. The president's main concern is about the Army, but the after effects are you have the veterans. Now, sometimes they activate the veterans or the prior service or retirees to go back in the military to do what? To train those new incoming soldiers. And that has been known to happen from time to time. So if you're going to do that, that's just to ensure that they can take care of their households and still keep up with the knowledge, because there's always new equipment coming in, new programs coming in, and things that they need to keep up with. So that is still part of his life circle and circuit as far as the military goes, the Army goes. Because of that, we all still work like this and as one. It's just different sections. So like every wrinkle in my finger, just put it like that. Every wrinkle in my finger still counts as part of my finger. Just like the bones in the joints, like that little part we move, let's say that's the Army. That's the Army. Here is the prior service that helps the vet. This is the veterans and retirees. See, working together, we all got a point. Working, functioning things who do. So it works together. That's what happens. Without one, you can't have the other. It just doesn't work and function properly. Somewhere it becomes stabilized and seems to be what they call it, paralyzed without the rest. Can only go so far. So we can't limit ourselves, because the veterans, the retirees, and prior military service members, they are what they call the lower echelon of Homeland Security, because they're usually on Social Security. Those people that are on Homeland Security are usually talking to those other people as to how they get their information. They're able to type it up and then say, see, we got our report. For free? I don't think so. Try again. More pay, more respect. Better lifestyles and standards. Bye.